Hey guys, I wanted to add to this day's notes. I know I said you could start your homework, but I looked and there is a little tiny section before the ethics part, and it is related to the ethics part. So 11, 13 notes continued, and I just want to say that it's not always ethical to conduct an experiment. So I made note of that. I'll show you my notes, so in case you can't get them down just from hearing them. It's not always ethical to conduct experiments. So, for example, suppose we want to show, or we strongly suspect and we want to conduct an experiment to find out if smoking causes lung cancer. So it would be unethical to say, all right, you guys have to smoke for 30 years and you guys can't smoke for 30 years and we're going to see the effect on your lungs. That's not ethical. So we have to treat our subjects well. So this is a good example to talk about. Another one might be people who go to church live longer. We can't demand that people go to church for a study. It's not ethical. And another one might be, does texting while driving cause accidents? So we're not going to say, okay, this half of the room, go out and drive and text while you're driving. This half, do not. So you can see where ethics comes in many topics. So sometimes we can build a strong case without conducting an experiment. So I just want to talk about that for a minute. And an example, again, I'll go back to is the cigarette smoking and the lung cancer scenario. So here are the rules for allowing for observing, I guess, when you can't conduct an experiment because of ethics. There are still ways that we come to cause and effect conclusions. But here are the requirements. We notice a very strong association, even though there are lurking variables. For example, people who smoke die early. Say in general, they die earlier than non-smokers. But there are lots of lurking variables. And for example, people who smoke might not exercise, they might overeat, they might not take care of themselves in other ways. So those are all lurking variables. But the first step is to notice a strong association. So people who smoke often die earlier from lung cancer. All right. What about when we can't experiment? There has to be the strong association observed. There's going to be a consistent association over and over. So we're going to see smoking cause lung cancer in America. We're going to see it cause in older people, younger people. We're going to see it in Africa. We're going to see it in Asia. So we're going to see the result over and over in different peoples, different continents. So there's going to be a consistent association, strong and consistent. Number 3, more explanatory variable associates with more response variable. In other words, for the smoking example, the more they smoke, the more likely they are to die of lung cancer. So the more, as one variable is more prominent, then the other variable is as well. They look for the smoking to precede cancer. So that's kind of obvious, but we want to see the explanatory variable exists for a long time before the response variable. So there's like a 30-year lag, and we're going to observe that over and over. And the last one is that it is plausible, and the way we can determine plausibility is often with animals. So if you give animals tar, like in the cigarettes, you will observe them getting lung cancer. So, all right. So I just wanted to just show you how sometimes we make conclusions and inference when we do not have an experiment because of ethical reasons. Okay, you'll be reading about that, so you can reinforce it as you read. All right, goodbye.